Hi everyone, my name is Vess and this is East Auckland Property Show. And today I have a very interesting guest. Actually, I'm a guest. And this is Gavyn from Growing Younger Howick. So, and we are actually under the RSA in Howick. Is that a basement or is that the ground floor?
Yeah, I guess it's the basement, but ground floor sounds better, I think.
Okay, yeah. Cool. So, can you introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit more about you?
Absolutely. So I'm Gavyn. I'm a co-founder of the Growing Younger program in Howick.
Yeah.
So this program obviously has been running for a couple of years with my business partner who's a physiotherapist. So a little bit about me is that I used to be very, very overweight. I was 20 kilos heavier than I am now. I'm obviously figured out this weight loss game.
Yeah.
So it's been about 8 years since I kept my weight off, and what's interesting with that is it probably puts me in the top 5% of people in the world that can lose weight and keep it off. Okay, so once that happened, obviously you think, well, maybe I've got something I could help other people with. Aside from that as well, I got lots of injuries. So I've had about 8 knee operations altogether. I've had multiple shoulder problems, and then fast forward a couple of years, I became a personal trainer just to help other people in a similar boat. So the Growing Younger program came from when I was being treated for my shoulder by my business partner Alex, and we decided that maybe we should do something together as a complementary service. He's a physio and PT, they kind of work quite well together.
Yeah.
So then we played with the Growing Younger program for a couple of years. We had some really, really good results. And what we found, we were probably the only people in the area that actually care about this demographic, which are people over 45. And we have a really good way of training people with nutrition and the physio, and everything fits together really, really well. And people get very good results, because what you find is that this demographic really understand that being fit and healthy will help with their longevity.
Yeah.
And it's also, and what they find is there's nowhere for them to go. They can't go to other gyms in the area because they're very suited for younger generation. They try and maybe look on YouTube and find a program, they hurt themselves. And there's nothing really suited to them.
But why have you decided to focus on the 45 or 50 plus?
Well, for that reason, because it was nowhere for them. And what we find is that we know we can help them get a much better quality of life by doing some basic exercises, using some resistance. I mean, this machine looks quite scary, but it isn't.
Yeah.
We use resistance bands, their body weights. So we focus on them because they need it the most.
Yeah.
That's probably the short answer.
Yeah. It's interesting because that's not the glamorous part of the PT, it's not the beautiful Instagram photographs with the... It's more about the hard work.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. And what you find is, I think, a lot of personal trainers like the athletics, they like the powerlifting, the strongs, they like that. I think every personal trainer wants to train athletes, when actually, there's a big, huge group of people that need it, and they're not athletes, but they just want to live better.
Yeah. And it's interesting. Actually, you can. And Gavyn has a book with his business partner.
Yeah.
Can you grab the book just to show the book?
Yeah.
And it's interesting that Gavyn and his partner Alex, they have a book. Can you tell us a little bit more about the book?
Yeah. So
how to feel and look young and naturally.
Yeah. So the book was obviously is a big element to aging that people don't really understand, and one of those things are telomeres. So telomeres are parts of our chromosomes essentially that they're like the tips of your shoelaces.
Yes. Yeah.
And what happens is if people have bad lifestyles and things like that, they get
shorter and longer.
And with that in mind, your biological age is very different to your calendar age, and that's what we notice. There are some people who are 65 who are running marathons, and there are some people who are 45 who can't get up off the couch. So this book sort of sets out the issues around aging, talks about telomeres, the physical adaptations that happen when you age. And then obviously, so the first part of the book is done by Alex, which is all that stuff. And then the second part of the book is all about nutrition and exercise. But there's one key thing in there, which I talk about, is mindset and motivation. Because a lot of people will start to do something and lose motivation. So there's a big segment in there about how to stay motivated, how to create sort of like your why, if you like. So people come in the moment and they'll say, I want to get fit and healthy. And you say, but why is that? And they say, well, because I just want to fit into my jeans. Well, why do you want to fit into your jeans?
Yeah.
And you explore this a little while, and there's like an emotional reason that you're embarrassed, or your partner doesn't think you're attractive anymore. So this book will set out to address those things. With then a really good nutritional approach, which I use and have been for the last 8 years or so. And then there's about 7 exercises or movement patterns that I recommend for, I guess, more importantly for the over 45, over 50 crowd. And they are movement patterns. So it's not a bicep curl, it could be a row because it uses multiple muscles. The movement itself will address posture. A squat is very important, so if you can't get up and down off the couch, leg strength declines twice as fast as upper body strength, so you need to address that as you get older. So that's what that book is. It puts everything together in a nice sort of place.
So where can people find the book?
So you can get it from our website. It's not a shop, if you like, but you can go to our website, which is growingyounger.co.nz to register for a copy. But if you're in Howick or locally, we've got copies in Poppies in the High Street, and we've got copies in Paper Plus in Highland Park as well. So you can go into the store and pick one up.
Okay, awesome. And then one other thing. So how can someone sign up for the program, and what does the program, the training look like?
Cool. So what will happen is if this is something that interests you, if you're somebody who's got a lifestyle-related disease, joint pain, you want to get into the gym and you can't, the first thing to do is give me a text, I guess would be the easiest way, which is 0210 629 116. And what we'll do is we'll invite you in for like a bit of a chat more than anything else. Because sometimes people aren't suitable, they may need something else which we can't offer. So we'll just establish whether or not that's right for you. If it is right for you and you're happy to jump on board with us, the physio Alex, he will do a muscle balance assessment. What we find is lots of people have weak glutes or weak shoulders, and he'll do a really full comprehensive muscle balance assessment. Him and I will have a meeting, we'll have a catch up, we'll discuss these issues, and I will provide you with a program addressing all those things. And work that in with your goals as well, because people might want to lose weight and get stronger.
So it's more assessment at the beginning and then...
Yeah, that's right. And then obviously you move forward with that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, and the other thing is that you're running seminars?
Yeah, we run seminars.
Here, so if someone wants to sign up for one of your seminars, probably the website is the best way to go, or I'll leave all the details in the description.
Or flick us a text or an email. We're not going to be running one for the next couple of months, probably till the new year now. So obviously there's no set date yet.
Yes.
But if you are interested, get in contact, and I'll put your name on the list, and we'll contact you as and when.
Okay, awesome. So what are your working hours when?
Okay. Working out. Okay, so working out. So with this gym, what we've done is we've made it easy for people to come and train when they like. So it's very similar to a 24-hour gym essentially.
Okay.
It's quite unique to have a fitness studio with that kind of access, because we understand that you get the coaching sessions with us, but they need to come on their own and train. So there's a swipe access to the studio area. They can get into the RSA with a pin pad for the key. There's security cameras here for safety and for security, obviously. So it's really accessible for people that want to train outside of normal hours. So
yeah. And what is the profile of your average client?
Okay.
Yeah.
So our profile,
are they local?
Yeah, they're usually local, very close to the RSA and the Howick Centre. They usually have one kind of lifestyle-related disease or the onset of such, which is like high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, those sorts of cardiovascular type diseases.
Yeah.
They usually have some kind of injury, which is, in the past has prohibited them from exercising because they don't know what to do. It hurts, and usually a little bit overweight as well. Want to lose a bit of weight and tone up. And then the other side of that as well, they usually need to build up strength just to be able to live life, basically. So that's our kind of avatar, if you like.
Do you have an interesting story of someone that has improved their life?
Yeah, we've got quite a few. So anyway, the one in particular is Penny. Okay, so Penny was one of our very first clients, and she took a big leap of faith to join our program, the first one. And she's been with us for quite a few years now, but her story is incredible. She literally... when she first came in, she shuffled across the gym. She was very, very overweight. Never done any exercise before. She was a smoker. She was on medication for all sorts of things. And we just worked with her very, very slowly. And with her diet and things, what was interesting as her diet was pretty poor, as you can imagine. And with the coaching style we use, it was literally changing one thing to spark that big win. So she used to drink a litre of orange juice for breakfast. So we changed the orange juice to an orange and a glass of water. And what that did, it gave you the sort of consistency of the orange juice, but without the orange
The
juice.
craving of the orange juice.
And in the first month, she lost about 5 kilos, which is incredible.
Yeah.
So, fast forward a few months, she's lost 45 kilos. She then stopped smoking. She no longer takes any medication, and she's just qualified to be a personal trainer, which is amazing.
Really?
Honestly, man, it's so cool. Yeah, and to the point where we actually, she's training up now, and she's going to be a trainer here as well. And what's good about Penny is that she's lived and breathed this thing. She's gone through all the struggles, and she had injuries, knee injuries, back injuries, everything that comes with it, and she's managed to come out the other side. So it's really cool to have her. Maybe 6 months to train her here.
Yeah.
So we're pretty excited. She's a good story to tell. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good. And thanks for doing that, because no one else is doing a similar thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's
Supporting the 50 plus or the 60 plus, the 70 plus people who need most of the support.
Yeah, that's right. And we're not limited by age, really. We've got a client who's 84, right?
Yeah.
So he uses resistance bands, very light resistance bands.
Yeah.
And he's got a cool story as well. He's lost about I think 12 kilos altogether.
Yeah.
And one thing he said to me after about 3 months of the program with it, he said, "I'm now able to walk around the block, and it's the first time in 15 years I've been able to do it."
Wow.
So you can imagine, you don't have to be, just 45. You could be 80 or 90. If you're willing to do a bit of work, we'll be able to adapt this program to suit you, which is really cool. Yeah.
And is it okay if we show a few of the resistance bands or things I can just follow with that?
All right.
Okay, so what do we have there?
So this is one of the first things we get on. If you're a real beginner with exercise, this is one thing we use really cool, right? So it's an elastic band, and what it does is your muscles need some kind of resistance. It doesn't necessarily need to be a big heavy weight. When you pull these bands, they actually cause some resistance.
Yeah.
Really low impact on the joints, but it's a good effect on the muscles, right? So these are the sort of things that we'll use for clients who are really sort of injured or a bit broken.
Okay.
And it's so versatile. You can everything with them. You can do squats, you can do presses, you can do all sorts of rows, and it addresses an awful lot of issues. And once they sort of reach their capacity with this sort of thing, then obviously we take them to dumbbells and use some of the machines to add some variety in as well. So
you mentioned that the big complex machine.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you do with this one?
So this one is like, you can do all sorts of it. So these got pulleys here.
Yeah.
They move up and down the stack. And again, depending on where you're pulling, what planes of motion, you could do a bicep curl for this one.
Yeah.
You could change the hand position, and you could do a row. You could do a tricep exercise as well.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of variations you can do to address all the muscles in the body. And you obviously can't see it, but on the back there's some basic exercises you can do with that. There's obviously got a Smith machine on as well. So the good thing about this, of a very basic level, is that some people, or a lot of our clients, say we haven't got much upper body strength. So what you can do is, a press up, let's say, is a very good exercise for upper body strength, but people can't do full press ups because they're just not strong enough.
Yeah.
So you can adjust the height on this thing, and obviously come in and do an easier version of a press up. So we adapt things and change things around just to make it perfect, really, for the person. Yeah.
So, I think that was all from us. I will leave your details in the description below.
Awesome,
so
thank you.
if someone would like to sign up or just to add a few questions or even for a free consultation, they can pop over to the RSA, the ground floor.
That's right.
And we go from there. Okay, Gavyn, thank you.
Awesome, thanks, man.
Thanks for the time, and see you next time, guys. Thank you.